My name is Caroline Bennett. I've been involved with HCPT since 1974. The original reason for coming was because the school that I attended in Bexleyheath in Kent were taking a trip to Lourdes, taking a trip with HCPT, and our teachers required guitarists, and I happened to play the guitar then, and that's continued since. Went out there, without a doubt touched me in a way that probably no other youth group at that time could. Insofar as I was going through my adolescence, I was 14, 15 at the time, and I could feel really useful and active in the church that I both enjoyed being part of, but in a very different way. And I suppose the rest you could say is history. I came out as a young helper, and then as a helper took over a group many years ago, Group 12, as an Easter group, and then was very fortunate to have been out with Pat Porter, the first National Secretary, and when Pat became poorly and consequently died, I took over his group for Hosanna House, these summer pilgrimages, as we refer to it now. Why do I keep going back? Why has it been part of my life for 42 years? Because every year I am blessed that I learn something new. So when people say it's my first year, or my 10th year, 20th year, 60th year, without doubt there's familiarity, but certainly there's something very beautiful and very new. And when you always hear, and we are still very blessed having our founder very close to us, his inspiration about what he did and why he did it and when he did it comes back, and the message is there all the time. For us as a charity, but also the message of Lourdes. And so I think that over 40 plus years, which doesn't seem that long, I have to say, I have learned a tremendous amount. Hopefully I've given something back as well, because some years ago I became a trustee, and presently I hold the position of Pilgrimage Director, a huge privilege and something that I will treasure all of my life. What have I learned? I think in the main we learn from the young people that we bring, and I'll just share one example of a young lady who was very, very poorly. I was about 23, she was 9, she was a very poorly lady, and consequently sadly she has died. She had she had cancer, and in order for her to have a false eye put in, I was her carer to assist in making sure that the socket was kept spherical. I wasn't very good with the wadding, and I was okay putting it in, but not so great putting it out. And I said to this young lady, I'm really sorry, I'm not doing this very well and I feel quite poorly. This young lady, who was very ill herself, came around to me and put her hand on my back, patted my back and said, don't worry Caroline, I'll look after you. And I think that example has happened in different ways so many times, that, you know, just listen, just look, and just let your heart speak, because so often it's the children speaking to us and we come back and say that we are the carers. Actually Lourdes flips it on its head. Just like the story of Bernadette, we find out from a 14-year-old girl how life should